Grayson, when you're ready.
How many teepees do you guys have in your backyard? Well, in the backyard that I'm thinking about, there are 5. These teepees have been built in the many years that my grandparents have lived at their house. I love to get away from everything and just go up to my grandma and grandpa's and have such a nice time. The things that I like about my grandparents' house are the kitchen, the backyard, and the living room. I always have a nice and peaceful time at my grandparents' house. Now the kitchen, I love to be in the kitchen with my grandfather because he cooks the best food and he lets me help sometimes. He cooks food like goulash, pork chops, and venison, and I love that so much. He makes some pretty good desserts too, like peanut butter cookies on a stick and popcorn balls. My grandparents always like to spoil us, and whether it's Capri Suns stacked in the fridge or it's powdered donuts in the pantry, they always like to spoil us, and we always have enough food to have fun. There's many other places I like the backyard. In the backyard, me and my brothers always find something to do, and we usually play hide and seek or tag. Me and my brothers love to have Nerf wars, and even though we always try to make sure we find all the bullets, we usually don't, so my grandma has to buy us more and more and more. My grandma had bought us a variation of games with a net, and those games are badminton, volleyball, and we sometimes even play kickball. My grandparents love to feed deer and love to feed the squirrels, and sometimes they even let me do that too. Whether it's apples, corn, or just a variation of food. One time, my grandma woke me up from a deep sleep and told me to come downstairs. There was 2 little cubs and 1 mama bear, and even though I was scared, I thought it was really cool, and I enjoyed it. Another thing I like about the backyard is when we're by the campfire and we're having s'mores. Me and my brothers always love to tell stories, and I love to tell them scary stories that my grandfather had told me once. Me and my uncle love to just sit out by the fire, look up at the stars, and listen to the crickets in the woods. If we're not in the backyard, we're in the living room. The living room is where me and my grandma love to have the best talks and watch very good movies. We usually eat popcorn or strawberries that my grandpa cuts up for us. We love to gather for the holidays here, and I always have a fun time with my brothers, either playing with our remote controlled cars or just having fun games on the holidays. My grandpa loves to hunt, and he has a lot of deer decorations in the thing, whether it's deer skulls or big giant fish pictures. I always have a peaceful time at my grandma and grandpa's house, whether it's making food with my grandfather in the kitchen, playing with my brothers outside in the backyard, and gathering for holidays in the living room. I love to hang out at my grandma and grandpa's, and I always have a nice time. I wouldn't trade my grandparents' house for any other, and you need to cherish as much time as you can with your grandparents, as much as you can before they're gone. And this is why I love my grandparents' house so much.